Good evening. Tonight we're tackling a tough but crucial topic: racism. Ignoring it doesn't make it disappear, it just lets it fester. We'll look at 10 countries where racism is a significant issue, not to rank them, but to understand how prejudice takes root in different societies. This isn't about shaming, it's about learning. By examining these case studies, we can better grasp the scale of the problem. Understanding is the first step to change. So take a deep breath. Let's dive in. First up, India. The caste system, though officially abolished, still shapes daily life for millions, especially Dalits, who face discrimination and violence. Prejudice extends to religious minorities and is reinforced by colorism, with lighter skin often favored. Reports show a complex web of social status, religion and skin tone determining opportunity. Racism here isn't just black and white, it's 1,000 shades of inequality. Next, South Africa. Apartheid's end was historic, but its legacy lingers. Economic and social divides still run along racial lines. Land ownership and wealth remain deeply unequal, and xenophobic violence is common. The legal system changed, but the social scars remain. South Africa shows that dismantling laws is easier than healing a nation. The United States, where race is a constant, heated debate. From the genocide of Native Americans to slavery, racism is woven into the country's foundation. Systemic racism persists in criminal justice, housing, healthcare, and education. Hate crimes and struggles for indigenous rights continue. The US is a stark example of how a nation can preach equality while perpetuating inequality. Russia's reputation for xenophobia is well earned. Non-Slavic minorities, especially from the Caucasus and Central Asia, face widespread discrimination. Nationalist rhetoric and weak legal protections fuel hostility. Migrant workers endure exploitation and violence. Racism thrives here not through official policy, but through societal indifference and nationalism. Japan is often seen as homogeneous, but that's part of the problem. Ethnic minorities like the Ainu and Zainichi Koreans face pressure to assimilate and ongoing discrimination. Foreigners struggle with exclusion in housing and jobs. The concept of uchisoto, insider versus outsider, reinforces social barriers. Japan's racism is subtle but deeply rooted in its national identity. Saudi Arabia's wealth relies on millions of migrant workers. The kafala system ties workers' rights to their employers, enabling exploitation. Treatment and pay often depend on nationality and skin color, with Black Africans and Southeast Asians most vulnerable. It's a modern form of indentured servitude, where rights depend on your passport. Israel's story is one of deep ethnic and religious divides. Arab citizens face systemic discrimination in housing, education, and resources. Ethiopian Jews have also faced marginalization. Mizrahi Jews, too. Even within a state founded as a refuge, new hierarchies emerge. Israel shows how complex and persistent racial tensions can be. Australia's sunny image hides a painful history for indigenous peoples. Colonization, land dispossession, and forced assimilation have left lasting scars. Indigenous Australians face huge disparities in health, income, and incarceration. Anti-immigrant sentiment has flared throughout history. Australia reminds us that a no-worries attitude can't erase deep injustice. In China, racism often comes as state policy. The Han majority dominates, while minorities like the Uyghurs and Tibetans face repression and forced assimilation. Over 1 million Uyghurs have been detained in re-education camps. This is cultural erasure on a massive scale. China is a chilling example of state-sponsored racism. Germany has confronted its racist past head-on, but the struggle isn't over. Far-right extremism and attacks on migrants and Jews are on the rise. The refugee influx has fueled xenophobia. Even with education and memorials, old hatreds persist. Germany's fight against racism is ongoing and never finished. 10 countries, 10 stories, none unique to one place. Racism is a human problem, not a national one. It adapts to history, economics, and power. Acknowledging it is the first step. Listening and understanding come next. Fighting racism is everyone's job everywhere. It happens in parliaments, streets, homes, and online. Share your thoughts below, but do it with respect. The work is hard enough without us yelling at each other. Thank you for watching.